Age comes with responsibilities and biochemical changes that affect the way the body metabolizes nutrients, the way the body produces and releases energy, and all these affect weight. My name is Lilian Mumina. I am a registered clinical nutritionist, and in today's video we're going to talk about weight management after the age of 40. So one of the things that happens when you're 40, of course, the hormones will be all over. So we have a lot of changes when it comes to the production of the major hormones. We have estrogen, we have insulin, we have cortisol, and we also have the growth hormone and the thyroid hormone and others. After 20, your BMR goes down by 10% every decade. For example, let's say you are not optimizing your BMR in your 20 effectively, and your BMR was at functionality at 70%. So when you get to 30s, your BMR will be expected to go down to 60%. If nothing is done to correct that, it is going to go down further to 50% by the time you're 40. But there are things that you can do to ensure that you maintain your BMR at good levels. So that is the purpose of this video. So make sure that you're subscribed and give this video a like, and let's continue learning. So after 40, there are hormonal changes that come about. Specifically for women, there's the drop in estrogen levels. Like, it's different for every woman because of different genetics, because of different lifestyle habits, because of different sleep patterns and such things. All this will affect your estrogen production levels and functions. This affects how you're going to feel. Of course, even your sexual levels and energy go down, and all this affects the BMR. Also, your appetite is also affected by how you're feeling. This might affect your physical activity, and this will definitely prompt weight gain. Another thing that estrogen levels does when they drop is there's the small confusion here and there, but worry not, because this goes back when the body safely adjusts to menopause. So with the brain confusion, you get that you have some partial amnesia, or is it temporary amnesia or dementia. So it is important that if the levels are too low, that you take up foods that help in increasing estrogen levels. You increase your healthy fats, you increase your seeds, your nuts, you increase your foods that are richer and more denser in nutrients that are going to promote and help you produce more or maintain the estrogen that you have. And also avoid destructive foods. Destructive foods are basically foods that are rich in inflammatory markers, like sugars, like the processed and refined foods, the bad fats that they're going to trigger inflammation and cause you more harm. The other hormone that I would like us to talk about is basically cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone that is released by the body when the body is in a stressful situation. Of course, in your 40s, basically it's your prime age. You're dealing with society, you're taking care of kids, there's a lot of bills, also self-expectations that maybe you had set for yourself. You can imagine if we have goals in our 30s and then we don't achieve them or we don't realize them, then this will be a stress factors in our 40s. And what happens is that the body readjusts to try and cope up with the increasing levels of stress, and if it cannot, it starts to readjust by reducing the BMR. Of course, with cortisol production increasing, there will be surges in production of insulin, and this can bring about blood sugar problems. So we want to make sure that you try and manage our stress levels as best as we can. I know it is hard because you might be having school fees, you might be having emotional and relationship issues. So do not be too hard on yourself. Try as much as you can to manage stress the best way that you can. One of the ways that I usually recommend is physical exercise. It is going to help in release of the feel-good hormones, the dopamine effect and such things, and apart from that, it is good for your BMR. So the next hormone that I would like us to talk about is insulin. Yes, insulin is the hormone that is tasked with controlling blood sugars, and it is basically the hormone that is most known for triggering fat storage. After 40s, your metabolism changes. How your body metabolizes sugar also changes. If you're not keen on diet in terms of consumption of healthy foods, you're going to have it harder for you, and you're going to have issues. This is one of the reasons that diabetes and other chronic disorders like hypertension, arthritis and such are usually called degenerative diseases that occur when you age, because the window of opportunity comes in. If you continue the same habits and you're aging, it becomes a problem. So you see, after 40s, you're supposed to, not drastic changes, but you're supposed to initiate and plan for changes in your dietary habits, in your lifestyle. If you're not working out, please, you need to plan on starting to work out. Improve on cardio. Cardio is very important for brain function. Walk more, try it as much as you can to do physical activity. But again, the way our society is set up, Let's say you are working so hard in your 20s, you're working so hard in your 30s, and then now things start happening for you in your 40s. This is a good thing, but you see, in your 20s and your 30s, you are working daily. Now you start driving. It is very good to be blessed financially, because that is what we want at the end of the day, but making sure that your blessing does not come as a problem in your health is very, very important. We are going to talk to you about diet and what you're supposed to be consuming, but again, it is also important that you also put in the extra work of working out. Even 30 minutes a day will be very, very ideal. But again, you see, there's also the problems of degenerative diseases. Maybe you're tired more, your bones are more tired, and then Mumina here is telling you to work out more. You change the type of workout as you age. The other change that happens when you're 40 that affects weight is actually your gut flora. Your gut flora affects your metabolism, it affects fat storage, and it affects hormonal response. There's a direct link between gut bacteria and the brain, and the brain, the neurons are functioning. So improve your gut bacteria, because if it affects your hormones production, how fast or how slow your body metabolizes nutrients, it is going to determine whether your body is going to store food. As fat metabolism is also altered, you can always do a probiotic supplement every now and then. It is actually very advisable, because again, there's also increasing problems with the way your urethra is functioning. In my previous video, I talked about gut healing foods and the food preparation methods that you can use to ensure that you get the most out of your normal food routines. I will link it up right here so that you can have a look after this, so make sure that you watch that. Another thing that would affect how your body metabolizes nutrients or how your body functions is basically your state of mental health. There's a lot of pressure. We are living in a fast-paced world. There's a lot of pressure from the society, pressure from even work. Of course, if your mental health is affected, your food patterns, consumption and preparation patterns are going to be affected as well. So it is important that you take care of your mental health as well, and watch this video where I talked about how nutrition and diet affects your mental health and the things that you can do to improve your mental outcomes using diet. And give this video a like if you've not done so, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe so that you can get to 1,000 subscribers, and you'll be supporting my channel to grow, and I'll be very, very grateful. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Lilian Mumina. I am a registered clinical nutritionist, and until next time, bye.